UFC MMA news. Let's get into it. Patchy Mix released by the UFC. A couple months ago he was released. It's just coming out today because they announced a fight with him at Risen. Patchy Mix said in an interview today he hasn't had fun in a while. He's been cutting weight too much. Now he's going to move up to featherweight, and he's going to release Patchy Mix 2.0. And that's the latest news from Patchy Mix. I mean, it's not huge news, right? It's good news. You know, it's good news for his career. Not much you really can say about that. We wish him the best. Good job. You know, a great interview I just saw of his. Just, you know, best of luck at Risen, man. Best of luck. Paramount released some numbers. Evidently about 7 million people were watching peak UFC 324. And the big number for me is Paramount says they signed over 1 million people to the app. 1 million new subscribers to the app. Do the math. Do the math. $10, basically. It's $9 for the regular plan, $13 a month for the other plan. So say $10, $11 times 1 million. They made 1 million times 10 bucks, say 10 million over the weekend. But the thing is, it's every month. So that's 10, 15 million every month. That's going to be 2, 3, 4, 500 million by the end of the year. $500 million just from the app by the end of the year. Okay. Now the UFC was paid 7 point whatever billion. Paramount CBS is going to make that money back big time. And here's the weird thing, guys. I've had this Paramount app for 2 months. 2 months. Checking it out, making sure everything's good, you know, and everything was perfect on fight night. But they recently started changing the app where my price went up and they took away all the movies I was watching. I was watching movies and shows. Now they got the shows locked. So the Paramount app is going to just start creeping up, taking away the good TV shows, the good movies. And that's how they do it. Yep. Come on down for $8.99 a month. No more pay-per-views, right? Yeah, okay. Well, guess what? I'm cool with it. I'm not complaining. I hope nobody thinks I'm complaining. I'm not complaining. I just left the dentist. Look, I just left the dentist. So my teeth are a little, you know, sensitive, to say the least. Let's get into some more news. Let me find you some fun news to talk about today. UFC bantamweight champion Petr Yan underwent minor back surgery and is expected to return in 2, 3, 4 months. That's per Petr Yan. Great news. Sean Strickland released some footage. Man, an absolute 35-second banger clip. It's on our YouTube. It's on our Facebook or Instagram, whatever. Sean Strickland versus Michel Pereira. Go check it out, man. They absolutely just throw down. It's pretty damn good. You got Khalil Roundtree, TJ Dillashaw, breaking down UFC 324. That's on the Jackson Podcast. The Jackson Podcast has a new new episode out now. Go check it out, Jackson Podcast, on their YouTube. We have some stuff on Twitter right now, but not a lot, so go check them out. Michael Morales hits the scales at 212.3 pounds. Light heavyweight. That is true. That is also true. Now, just remember, he cuts to 170. People always saying, you know, Islam is a weight bully and all this stuff. Well, Michel Pereira, he's up to 210 pounds, man. Let me try to tighten this thing up so it doesn't wiggle. There we go. Tighten everything up. Bear with me here, guys. There you go. We're riding in a Cybertruck today. It's lifted about 5 inches, so you've got a little wobble. If I drop the Cybertruck down to the ground, you know, the lowest level, which is pretty low, it'll shake a lot less. So that's the problem. So you're going to have a little shaking going on the camera, but you'll be okay. Once again, Michael Morales weighs 212 pounds. Oh, man, it's a lot of cut. That's 42, 43 pound weight cut. That's a lot of weight to cut. It's a lot of weight to cut. But, he's a young man. As he gets older, he's going to have to move up in weight. He's going to be at 185 soon. Mark my words. Mark my words. Former UFC champion Jack Della Maddalena, his head coach, says that he's going to return April, May, and they're looking at Carlos Prates. Carlos Prates, that's what they're looking at. I like it. I like it. Dan Hangman Hooker claims Arman Sarukian's headbutt in Qatar broke his nose. Dan Hangman Hooker's calling out Paddy Pimblett. Dan Hangman Hooker's calling out Arman Sarukian. But guess what? Dan Hangman Hooker has BSD, the God of War, Benoit Saint Denis. He should be focusing on him. Because to be honest with you, I'm picking BSD this weekend. I think he's going to go on a run. I think he had a loss. I think it was, I'm not even sure who it was to. Someone, he got beat up. I forget who it was. And then he came back the last fight. I don't know. I'm picking BSD over Dan Hangman Hooker. Dan Hangman Hooker says he did some bad investing. He says he wished he would have created businesses and had less brain damage. That's Dan Hangman Hooker. I hear you, man. I hear you. Robert Whitaker says Ilya Tapiria's striking is leagues above everybody else in the UFC. And just again, Bobby Knuckles says Ilya Tapiria is the best striker in the UFC, or one of the best, and he will defeat Gaethje. What do you guys think about that? Who is this thug? I'm not a thug. Who are you? Hey, what's up, chat? What's up, Kevin? I'm just reading the MMA news, man. You want to get into it? We can get into it. Gloves on, gloves off. Robert Whitaker had this to say about Paddy the Baddy Pimblett. I don't care that he lost the fight. He comes back and beats just about everyone. Robert Whitaker is high on Paddy Pimblett even after he took that, we can call it a beating, at UFC 324 against the highlight, Justin Gaethje. Listen, guys, I'm not even too sure how to even answer that or reply to that. We got to see what happens when Paddy comes back. We got to see how he is when he comes back. He took a beating, guys, but he's young, but he took a beating. I think Paddy can handle most of the, I'd say the top. There's 2 or 3 people in the UFC lightweight division Paddy's going to have a problem with. Of course, Gaethje. Of course, Arman Sarukian. And definitely Ilya Tapiria. Did I miss anybody? Did I miss anybody, Kevin? Umar Nurmagomedov had this to say after his lackluster decision win at UFC 324. He says, anyone, anywhere, anytime, Umar wants a title shot. Does he deserve one, though? I don't think so. I don't know. Arnold Allen. In 1 mile, Gene Silva. I got Volk. Who do you got? Listen, man, I think Lopez is great. But Volk, to me, he just has something extra, right? And I'm going to pick Volk. I think he's still towards the end of his prime, still in his prime. I do think Lopez will be champion one day. Lopez put on some muscle. It's possible. I don't know. My money's on Volk. What do you think, Kev? Who's your money on, Big Kev? Yeah. Volk. What about you? Who's that? I can't see him driving. Hoops. What do you got, Hoops? Who you got? Just checking all the news here. Merab Dvalishvili, the machine. He says Ilya Tapiria has what it takes to move up to welterweight and defeat Islam Makhachev. He adds, he has a very big chance against Islam, especially at lightweight. But he does say that he has a chance at welterweight, which is 170. I don't know, man. I think Islam and Ilya 155 is a good fight. I don't know about Islam versus Ilya at 170, man. Islam is a monster. Ilya is a smaller guy. I don't think so. My money, Ilya 155, Islam 170. That's my money. I could be wrong, though. You know, I could be wrong. We're going to be at Fusion Excel tonight here in Orlando. We're going to be doing some boxing and MMA training. I'll probably do some live streams on Twitter and Facebook. But you'll see us tonight at the gym, Fusion Excel. It's one of the best gyms here around. There's probably 10, 11, 12 UFC fighters that train out of there. So that's what we'll be tonight. Last weekend, we went to Combat Night. Combat Night Orlando is a great event. It's a great event. I never asked you guys this question. Let me ask you guys this question. Do you think Paddy Pimblett eye pokes from Justin Gaethje impacted the fight at all? Do you think Justin Gaethje should have been penalized? I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think? I personally think Justin should have lost 1 point. It would have made it a closer fight. And, you know, it's a fight. But I think 1 point would have been justified. Yeah. What does Paddy do now, right? What does Paddy do now? Does he come back and fight Dan Hangman Hooker or something? Does he fight Arman Sarukian? What does Paddy do now? I'm not even sure. Not even sure. I'm just trying to pull up all the news we have for today, guys. Just bear with me 1 second. Yesterday, you had Diego Lopez and Volk singing at the UFC 325 presser. The press conference was yesterday in Australia. Gervonta Tank Davis has been taken into police custody and arrested. He has a $16,000 bond, so he'll be out real fast. Gervonta Tank Davis is arrested for domestic again. Justin Gaethje, Paddy Pimblett congratulated Justin Gaethje on his win. Very respectful. Here's what Paddy had to say. Hope everyone enjoyed my fight just as much as I did. Want to thank everyone that came out to support me. I'm all good. No injuries. Blah, blah, blah. Everything's good. Arman Sarukian says that he'll actually purchase Ilya Tapiria's house that he put on for sale in Madrid for $3.5 million. Wow, how about that? Arman's a gangster, man. Yeah, there's not a hell of a lot of news, guys. I mean, I just come on here to say, hey, I mean, we could talk shit. Any questions for me? Fire at me. I'm not going to give you any more boring news. There's not a lot of news. You know, the UFC is back this weekend. Back-to-back pay-per-views. UFC 324 was a banger. UFC 325, you know, it's not really exciting. The main reason it's not exciting is we just saw Volk versus Lopez a year ago. For me, that's not exciting. Right? And for you guys, it may not be exciting either. But we're going to deal with it. We're going to watch it. It's going to be fine. But that's what I'm trying to get at. There's not a lot of buzz. There's not a lot of buzz. I'll show you where we're at. We're in Orlando. We're in Orlando, Florida now. Cruising. Ruffy or Fiziev? Listen, that's a good question, Hoops. Listen, you know, Ruffy didn't leave the Fighting Nerds. He went to Australia and trained with Volk for a long time, weeks, months. I'm going to put my money on Mauricio Ruffy. But geez, Fiziev, he can take a beating, huh? I don't know, man. How about this? I change it up and I go Fiziev. Yeah, Fiziev. He's a bigger dude. I really like Ruffy though, you know, but you know, let's just go with Fiziev.
Now turn left onto Dyer Boulevard.
Yeah, bear with me. We're going through some intersections here. There we go. There we go. We are live. Look, McDonald's, Publix, all the restaurants here. Come back to me. Yeah, I like Fiziev, man. Who do you got, Hoops? I mean, I like Ruffy. I like Ruffy a lot. And Fiziev's a stand-up fighter, you know. He's not going to really take him down much, I don't think. I think it can go either way. But Fiziev, man, he's a bigger dude. He's a fucking powerhouse. I don't know. I like Ruffy. I like Fiziev. I like them both. Let's pull up the whole fight card and we'll go over some picks. Let's get the fight card quick. How's everybody doing today? I just left the dentist. I got blood in my mouth and shit. It's gross. I'm in Orlando, Florida. It's 35 degrees here. And all right, let's go over some of the fights real quick, guys. I'll go over the main card and on the. Here we go. We got Volk versus Lopez. I got Volk. Dan Hooker versus Benoit Saint Denis. I got BSD. Fiziev versus Ruffy. I don't even want to pick this one, Hoops. Can I skip it? Hoops, can I skip it? All right, I'm going to skip it. Fiziev. Tai Tuivasa versus Talish and Teixeira. Oh, my. Tai Tuivasa's been off for a couple years. I don't know. I'm going to go with Teixeira. More active. Big dude. Stays in shit. I don't know. I'm going with Teixeira over the shoey. Quillen Salkalid versus Jamie Merlarkey. I'm going to go at Quillen Salkalid. He's coming off that nasty head kick KO over Hapcrast Nazareth.
Turn right onto West
So I'm going to go with Quillen. Junior Tafa versus Billy Elakana. I'm going to go with Tafa. Cam Roston versus Cody Brundage. I'm going to go with the Aussie.
Now turn right onto West
Cam.
Carroll Street.
Jacob Malkoon versus Torres Finney. I'm going to go with Malkoon. Even though Torres Finney is 11-0, I'm going with Malkoon. All right? And then we'll go welterweight. Mikhalaf versus Oban Elliott. We'll go Oban Elliott. Those are my picks. That's what I got. I got my picks in. What about you guys? What are your picks? Drop your picks. We'll talk about your picks. Except Kevin. We're not going to talk about Kevin's picks. Kevin just came by to drop a comment and leave. I know, Kevin. Everybody's got to work. I'm working from my car right now. Here we go. Cruising right along. This is us. This car drives itself. Here, I'll show you. Watch this. I'm not driving. It's driving it. It's driving. Look. See the wheel turn? I don't do anything. My car drives itself. It's called full self-drive. And that's my car. It's a black Cybertruck. See the wheel moving? That's some cool shit, man. Got the Cybertruck, the beast, out today. Woke up early, had to go to the dentist. Man, listen, I don't know about you guys, but when I go to the dentist, man, I'm like, oh, man, you know, Jesus. Painful? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. My appointment started at 9 a.m. and it ended at 11:30. It's 2.5 hours. So I'd say I was in the chair for 2. I was going to stop somewhere and get some lunch and have some good food. But guess what? I can't even chew, man. I got blood in my mouth. It's gross. It's gross. But my teeth are good. They look good. All right, fight fans. Add a Q&A sticker. Let's do it. Try it. Bro, I know, huh? Hope. It's Hope. I can see now. I couldn't see. I thought it was Hoops. Yeah, man, like, that's just, you know what? We shouldn't have to pick that fight, Hope. Chat, we shouldn't have to pick that fight. That should be one of those fights that we just look at each other and we go, because we just want to see a fucking absolute banger. Stand up banger. We know Fiziev's going to bleed. He always bleeds. He had a 3-round war with Gaethje. I think a 3 or 5-round war with Gaethje like a year ago. Could you imagine Fiziev knocking out Ruffy? And then he calls out Gaethje? Gaethje would be like, I don't know, man. Go rewatch Gaethje versus Fiziev. Great fight. Great. What do you think of that? Dan Hooker fight, Hope? Hooker versus BSD. What do you think? Here, we go. Show you where we're at. Got the FedEx truck in front of me. Yeah, I'm. Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. Volk, BSD, Ruffy, Teixeira. God damn. Bro, you copied me. We got the same picks, man. You know, Torres Finney is 11-0, and I'm going against him on this one. I'm betting against him. Yeah, I'm taking the other guy, Metcalf, I think. Yeah, I hope you and I have the same picks, man. My parlay would be, that's going to be a tough one to do the parlay. I say Volk. Volk, Teixeira, and BSD maybe. Volk, Teixeira, BSD. That kind of bets. Do you guys bet or do you just talk betting? You guys like betting? Yeah, I talk it. I don't put much money on it. Yeah, I don't bet a lot. You know what it comes down to for me is I meet a lot of the fighters. I do interviews. I hang out with them sometimes. Man, I can't really say, hey, I'm going to bet on this guy. And I just met that guy or I was just hanging out with him. It just doesn't seem right. So I try to not do the picks. I do the picks only on YouTube for you guys. I don't talk picks or betting anywhere else. I have like 1.5 million followers on Facebook, or maybe a little less, 1.3 million or so on Instagram, and I don't even talk about picks there. There's a lot of people that bet. Twitter, we got 70,000. I think YouTube, we have 50 or 60,000. But most of my followers are on Instagram and Facebook, about 3 million. Yeah, YouTube is small. This is a small platform for us. We're just starting out here. About a year or two. YouTube's hard though. Let me tell you something, guys. YouTube's not easy. You got to do lives. You don't make any money for pictures. Short form pays money. The YouTube shorts don't pay a lot of money. So as a content creator, because that's what I do for a living, that and I run MMA Uncensored and MMA Pack and a few other things. As a content creator, it's very difficult to make money on YouTube unless you have a big subscriber following or you catch some viral posts. The most I've ever made, I only bet with my friends. Yeah, me too. But I just want to share this with you, Hope, or maybe this is something you guys can use, the business end. I'm going to tell you how much money we made on YouTube. Last month, I made $2,000 on YouTube. I made 1,800 on Twitter. I made, I'm not going to tell you what I made on Facebook and Instagram, but it's, my point is, there's ways to make money on social media, and it doesn't have to be MMA or sports like I do. You could do travel and cooking or whatever the fuck you want to do. But if you guys ever want to learn any more about the business end, go to Instagram, go to my Facebook, and just text me, or go to my Twitter and DM me, and I'll help you out. I'll work with you. I do that to some people just to teach them. The reason why I'm talking about this instead of MMA right now is times have changed. Times are changing. The 9-to-5 jobs, the going to college, the education. You need to learn the stuff I do. And I don't just report news. Like, I edit videos, I make pictures, I do Photoshop. I do tons of things. Learn something else besides your job.
Right onto West Vine Street.
Learn social media stuff, learn how to make money. My wife does it. Sometimes she makes 20 cents on a post, sometimes she makes $20. That's just the way it is. But if you have a little bit of side hustle money coming in, it'll be helpful. I'm going to give my business to my kids when I get a little older, and they're going to do what they want with it. Hopefully they just keep on running it. But social media following is like currency now. It's like currency. Having X amount of followers can get you a job. I know BKFC, they look at their fighters' following, and they base their contracts on how many followers they have, how many people can they reach, all this stuff, and it affects how much money you make. So anyway, there's a little business side. I'll say this in closing. Tom Aspinall just had a second eye surgery. Patty Pimblett's eyes are fucked. Rose Namajunas has had eye surgery. The inside of her eyelids is messed up from her fight against, I forget her name. Damn it. Last weekend at UFC 324, and it was a close decision. But so I will say this in closing. The UFC is going to have a lot of problems this year because the eye pokes are still going on. Nothing's being fixed. There's no points being deducted. There's no major penalties. And if you poke somebody in the eye, it changes the impact of the whole fight. You could go up against Khabib Nurmagomedov and poke him in the eye, and he's not going to be 100% Khabib. So my whole point is they need to fix this fucking eye poke bullshit. They need to fix it. Change the gloves, do something, but I don't want this sport ruined and these fighters' eyes and vision and long-term health ruined from eye pokes. So I plead to someone, fix this problem. Fix it. Just fix the problem. That's all I say. Fix the problem. Here we go. These guys hang out here all the time. They just hang out at this store. I come by the store all the time. They just hang out. I think they live here. Yeah, probably getting ready to do some drugs and, Anyway, that's me. That's where I live. I live in Orlando. A lot of homeless folks out here. What do we got? I only bet with friends. All right. Thank you, chat. Especially you, Hope. Kevin, I don't know if we're bros anymore, but I appreciate you coming on. And have a great day, fight fans. I'm Chris, MMA Uncensored, MMA Pack, Combat Sports News. Check us out on everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Threads. Have a great day, fight fans.